to use it. Okay, here we go. Thank you. So, yeah, Noam Chomsky is famous for the idea that there's a universal grammar to all human languages. And the main thing about them is that recursion is in all of them. And recursion is what the ability to say, I just said that Noam Chomsky said that recursion is in all human languages. In fact, I just said that Noam Chomsky is famous for saying that recursion is a characteristic of all human languages. I'm slightly changing how I described that, but it's still the same. It was noisy out there, that's why I closed the door. And at the same time I closed the door, she closed her door.
Oh.
But I mean, our classes started with her sneezing and me saying, God bless you. And she said, thank you. So, clearly we're too close. What does Noam Chomsky mean by the idea that there's a universal grammar? Clearly not the grammar that we talk about in grammar class, because, I mean, heck, rudimentary characteristics of, say, German and French, and the grammar is different. So that's not universal. What he means instead is that there's some kind of basis that enables all languages to work relatively the same way. I don't know really what he actually could mean by that. But recursion is certainly an example that human languages enable us to talk about what we were talking about. Well, Daniel Everett has spent, at least at the time he wrote his book, 25 years with his family in the Amazon, living in a village with the somewhere, I hope they have it's the Pahaha, I forget. Does it give me more of the book here? It doesn't? That's pretty crappy. Maybe here. Piraha, there it is, the Piraha people. And what he discovered was that they don't have recursion. They also can't count over 3. They have a whole bunch of issues. And the thing that occurs to me is that he initially was there as a Christian missionary to these obviously not Christian people. And he wanted to talk to them about Jesus. And they wanted to see, where is Jesus? And he said, oh, he lived long ago. And they were totally not interested. Unless he's right here, right now. They have no linguistic interest in the subject. So they don't really have a past tense and all kinds of other things that you would normally associate with a human language. So as an exemplar of human languages, they are human, right? They were really quite a fascinating thing for him to try to learn how to speak with and understand what they're saying and so on. And so he literally is like the flagship bearer of the linguists who are critical of Noam Chomsky, with the idea that there's a universal characteristic that all human languages have. And by the way, I'm not sure if you could even expand that to things like dolphins. I mean, we know they have language and so on. Kind of intriguing. But yeah, so Noam is still pretty current in a lot of things, especially politics. I haven't followed him recently. He looks way older than that, by the way, now. I don't know. Well, because he is older. He's 95. And he's letting his hair go. He's letting his, oh, yeah, the way I am, basically. Uh, but he's fascinating. That's not him. Oh, okay. She married him in 49. That's not his current wife, I don't think. He was involved in lots of things, retirement. All right, universal grammar, here we go. That syntactic knowledge is partially inborn, so it's partially part of our human nature, implying that children need only learn certain language-specific features of their native languages to build on top of our genetics. Poverty of the stimulus, I don't know what that's about, but so if you're curious, there's Noam Chomsky. We could spend, of course, multiple classes talking about his history and his ideas and so on. But so the question about the pink cupola on Berkeley College, how can we refer to it, is because language, of course, is even more complex than Bertrand Russell gives us in that example. He fools us into thinking that this is impossible. You can't refer to something this way because it's a contradiction, when actually the students that are on that campus fully know that they're referring to a specific thing that has one thing that's square, one thing that's round, and is painted pink.